Bootleg Kev podcast. We got Shapel. Is it Shapel Lacey?
Yeah.
Shapel Lacey Harris?
Nah. You know me. Okay. That's how long you've known me.
So now it's okay. We have the world famous stand-up comedian Shapel Lacey.
I say a couple states.
Shapel Lacey is here. So for people who don't know,
that's so wild. You know my real. I mean, it's not wild.
What do you mean it's wild? We went to fucking high school together.
But it's just weird to hear it because no one like knows me as that.
Yeah. So me and Shapel went to Westwood High together in Mesa.
Shouts out Westwood.
And
War Eagle.
Shout out to the Warriors, man. Yeah, and like it's cool because like when we were in school, we were cool the whole time. Yeah, like, I feel like we were kind of like kindred spirits, low key.
We met in that teacher's name was Miss Sarwark.
Oh wow!
But I don't remember what the class was.
I remember that name though.
Yeah, Miss Sarwark, and she was kind of. I mean, she would go hard on us. I think just because we was, Miss
Sarwark. I should Google her.
I know, but I can't remember.
If I seen her face,
the class
I know.
Was like some like development type class. I don't know exactly what it was. I keep wanting to say humanities, but it wasn't humanities.
It might have been.
It was something along that line. Those lines, though.
Hold on, let's see if
Sarwark.
Sarwark. Let's see if I could find her. Miss Sarwark.
Yeah.
Teacher.
Westwood. Short little lady with red hair. I think something like that with glasses.
She ain't on here.
She ain't on there?
No.
Her career didn't last that long, probably.
Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, if she's not on.
Did you ever have? Did we have Mr. Green's class ever together?
Which one was Mr.? Oh, the history
guy.
No, we didn't have Mr. Green. I never had Mr. Green.
He was fire.
Yeah, that was the chill dude.
Yeah, I feel like he was like getting high with students.
That's what everybody says. That was like.
I feel like that was like folklore though.
Everybody would say that about Mr.
Miss
Green.
Roundtree.
Yeah, we had Miss Roundtree.
That shit was turned up.
Yeah, Miss Roundtree was turned up. We had Miss Roundtree.
She was fire.
Sure. Yep.
She used to let me do whatever.
Roundtree,
I used to write people's essays in that class.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Well, she was English, right?
English, yeah.
Yeah. Miss Roundtree was fire.
Yeah, that's crazy. So so we met in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting because at our school there was we went to school with some Mormons.
Yeah.
Because we was in Mesa.
Mm-hmm.
We went to school with some Native American folks.
Yep.
And then there was Westwood is kind of like a nice gumbo pot of Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah.
Right? Because the reservation.
That's like the core of Mesa.
The res is there. Around the school is kind of hood low key.
Uh-huh.
And then there's just Mormons because it's Mesa.
Mormons. We got a bunch of Tongans.
Yeah. But it was crazy because you were always people always loved you in school. And I feel like I knew your brother, rest in peace, too.
Yeah. Me
and your brother were cool. I think we had weight training together, and he was always super solid.
Oh, no, he always said great things about you.
Yeah, he
all
was
the
dope.
time.
But, it was crazy because you were this black kid in high school who would wear these tight-ass pants and these punk rock T-shirts.
I still do.
Right. No. But I just remember, being yo, who is this guy? This shit is kind of dope. But you also were into hip-hop, too. Low key.
Dude, that's what I said. One of my favorite memories of you was when ODB died. You printed out a bunch of pictures of ODB and put typed "Rest in Peace, ODB," and you taped them all over the school.
Yeah,
I remember that clear. That's one of my favorite memories of you.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah, I remember that when that happened because I took one of the because I love Wu-Tang, obviously,
right.
and I took one of the papers or whatever, and I had it in my folder forever.
Yeah, shout out to ODB, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like at school, I was the music nerd dude, and
yeah, you
and you were the music nerd on the other stuff.
On the other stuff.
On the punk rock.
And then, bruh, okay, I'm trying to think if this is where you got your name, okay?
Because I was selling CDs back then, and donuts.
And donuts.
Yes.
Bruh, he used to come to school
with a duffel bag of Entenmann's.
And it was so funny. He would sell them, but you would hook me up all the time. Yeah. He used to just throw them to me for free.
Yeah.
But everybody else, he had a duffel bag full of these donut Entenmann's.
Yeah, my mom was the manager at Entenmann's by Fiesta Mall. So all the stuff that they were going to throw out, I would just take, and then I would sell it at school, $2 a box.
Dude, he was selling.
I'd be posted up at lunchtime.
duffel bag.
The whole big old, it was a big ass duffel bag. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, so I was like,
and then the longer the day would go on and the donuts were still there, like the box would get more fucked up, and I'd have to give them to him like, yo, look, I got this box, it's busted open, I'm gonna give it to you for $1.
Yeah, used to do that all the time, bro.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah, so we went to high school together. For people who don't know, you've been doing stand up for how long?
How long have I been doing it? 8 or 9 years or something like that.
I didn't even know you've been doing it that long.
Yeah, most people don't.
Because
I had
you moved out of Arizona, right?
After my brother had passed, I stopped.
Okay.
That was he died in 2013, and then in all of 2014, 2015, I didn't do it, and then 2016 was when I got back in it.
Wow. So you had moved out of Arizona, right? Weren't you living like somewhere random or?
Yeah, when I was because I cheered.
You were doing cheerleading stuff
in college
and touring and
where'd
you go to college?
I went to a school in Texas called Trinity Valley.
I was going to say Texas, yeah.
And then University of Louisville in Kentucky.
Yeah, and that's another random thing. You were, a cheerleader, like a brilliant cheerleader.
Yeah, that's the thing that caught everybody off.
Fucking ninja. This guy was like a hardcore punk rocker who also was a cheerleader, bro. At the same time.
Let me tell you, bro, I didn't give a fuck about anybody.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I did what I did, man, and I was like, I got to be good at it.
You were amazing.
If I sucked at it, then it'd be like everybody's just gonna make fun of me.
Can you still do flips?
Yeah,
that's fire.
Yeah,
yeah.
Kind of like riding a bike.
So like, we went to high school together. You graduate. You do the cheerleading thing. Very successful at that, by the way.
Yeah.
Got
me a scholarship and all that shit, man.
And then
got me a scholarship to drop out. I'll tell you that much too.
I feel like the stand-up thing is like, it's almost like, I feel like low key it's kind of like the hip hop game. There's so many people who do stand-up in whatever city you're in. They go to open mics.
Yes.
And they say, like, it sounds good to say, yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian or whatever. I do stand-up. But like to actually take it serious and move your life to LA and like really pursue it, like what was the thing that made you take that leap? Like, was there a specific thing that happened? Like,
yeah, I was working at a hotel in Phoenix, and this was 2017. And like I said, I had been back in comedy for like a year, and 2017 I was working at this hotel downtown Phoenix that was like connected to the comedy club down there, Stand Up Live.
Yeah. Was that the Palomar Hotel?
Yeah, I worked at the Palomar, and so I was working there, and Bill Burr had came in. He was staying there because he was doing some shows, and I helped him with his luggage or whatnot. Like, and that was just like all this was just organic. It was all organic, and I was helping him with his luggage, and then the whole time he was there, we were just chopping it up when he like first got in, and we were I told him I was a comic, but we were talking sports more than anything because he's a Celtics guy,
right? And
the Celtics were playing the Suns, and we were just chopping it about sports, and then he was like, "Are you funny?" And I was like, "Yeah," and then he was like, and I was like, "Okay," and then he was like, "Well, why don't you come by tonight? And then I'm gonna have you open for me." And so that right there was like the moment where I was like, "Oh shit!"
And you had been doing like open mic stuff prior to this.
Yeah, and I had been opening for I was getting like local work at the clubs.
Now, opening up for Bill Burr is a big deal,
a massive deal.
Huge,
like
sold out crowd.
Yeah, that room at Stand Up Live seats like close to 600.
It's a great club too.
Yeah, great club. And I I never done that club like sold out because I had opened for people that kind of just like lower level like touring comics, but like got enough name for themselves to where they can get
they can move around.
Yeah. And it was one of the most nerve-wracking things like ever. Like I went home, I couldn't go to sleep, I couldn't take a nap or anything. And then
so you went home and couldn't go to sleep because you did it or because you knew you were about to do it?
Yeah, when I got off work, and I was going home because I worked the early shift,
right?
And I was going home and I usually take like a 20-minute nap just to get restarted, and I couldn't even sleep. I was like, man, I can usually take a nap like it's nothing after work. but I couldn't even because I just kept thinking about it. And then the time came for it, opened up. It went really good. And then he let me finish out the whole weekend with him. He was like, yeah, finish it out. And he even paid me too, which was like,
wow. On top of that, I did it for free.
Yeah, I wasn't even expecting any of that. And he was super nice. And I was like, I even asked him, I was like, man, what made you give me a shot like that? And he was like, what's the worst that was going to happen? You're going to bomb for 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Like, what? So,
Yeah.
And then he was like, now I also had intuition. I was like, oh, I bet he'd be good.
Do you and Bill Burr still keep in any sort of contact?
Man, yeah. So, I see him around at the Comedy Store.
Of course, yeah.
And I've gotten real close with Joe Rogan. And so Joe Rogan will do his Joe Rogan and Friends type shows. Yep. And I had to follow Bill Burr one night, which was insane. Because
going after him.
Bruh, think about it.
He's so funny.
And he's a monster.
He's a monster, bro.
So so we're backstage at the store, in the main room. You've been there, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. And so we're backstage in the main room, chilling. And then I didn't even know Bill Burr was on the lineup. Joe just says show up, and and then we get we just get going. So Bill walks in and he's like, Joe, I want to go a little early tonight. I'm not feeling too good. And I was like, oh, is he gonna go before me or after me? You know what I mean? Because I knew I was going earlier on the lineup because it was a pretty stacked lineup. And so I'm sitting there for 45 minutes before showtime because we're all just chilling there talking. And I'm just kind of like, when is he going up? And then the sound guy comes back. He's like, all right, Joe, how we doing this? He's like, all right, it's going to go Derek, Burr, Shapel Lacey, and Tony Hinchcliffe. And I was like, all right. And at that moment, which was weird, immediately at that moment, I thought about everything I went through, in my life. It was like the weirdest thing. Right. That was my first thought was everything that I've been through, all the crazy shit, with my family, stepfather losing my brother. I thought about all that, and then I looked at where I was, and then I was like, I could do this. I was like, I could do this.
Did you kill it?
Yeah, I actually did. And the only way, and when I was up there, it was just going, people were laughing, But what was funny, because this could knock you off your fucking socks,
Of course.
And when they bring Bill up, he got a standing ovation walking out.
I mean, yeah, he's Bill Burr.
Yeah,
and they weren't expecting him, right? You said
no.
Yeah, because I think I've been to a couple of Joe Rogan shows, and I feel like every time I go, someone just jumps on stage.
Yeah, there's usually So there's
oh shit,
there's certain cats that are they call them drop-ins.
Yep.
There's only certain cats
they got the pass.
Yeah, Chris Rock,
of course,
Chappelle,
Seinfeld,
Martin Lawrence,
right? Go ahead, do what you want.
Yeah. When those guys walk in, it's when do you want to go up? Oh, okay, we'll put you up.
Bill Burr's one of them.
Yeah, bro, and he got a standing ovation walking out. I'm like, damn, you getting this getting that rush or whatever. But needless to say, I was just like, hey, they already heard Bill Burr, they haven't heard me yet.
So that was when you first moved out here?
No, that was almost a year ago.
Yeah, so I remember when you first moved out here.
Uh-huh.
And I remember.
Now, when I moved out here, were you like, yeah, everybody moves out here?
Nah. I fuck with you.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yo, Chappelle got it. The thing is you'll just know people got it.
Yeah.
You could just you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because you're Chappelle.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to do anything else, you could have did it. Motherfucker, you were a cheerleader.
Yeah, true. You're right.
You know what I mean?
I respect that.
And so, yeah, I was like, oh, yeah. Chappelle stand-up, of course. The guy's fucking was hilarious in school.
Yeah.
He's the fucking...
you know what's so crazy
And he's the black guy with the punk rock T-shirts. I'm
sitting here walking...
That's an angle for an entire stand-up special.
Shirt with hoodie.
I even think what was the one clip you did on Comedy Central I saw I was like, yeah, he's talking about his life. I was there.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I did that.
White friends and... Yeah.
Going up in Mesa and shit.
But yeah, it was I forget when I think, because I listened to Joe Rogan probably if not every episode, when he has some of the crazy kooky right wing dudes, I fall off. But for the most part, I probably listen to like almost, I would say 80% of all his shit. And and I remember he brought you up, and I was like, oh shit, it's about to get real for this kid,
dude.
Because he's like the kingmaker.
Yeah, and it was so wild is that like literally, I haven't even been on his podcast yet, but literally anytime he says my name or anything like that, I just start like all of a sudden I start getting a bunch of follows, and I'm like, fuck, like what? But it's like a lot at like a time in a wild way, and I'm like, the hell? And then all of a sudden some of my homies will be like, yo,
I heard it. Yeah.
Joe Rogan's talking about you right now. He said this, and that.
So how did you guys become friends?
Bro, that was a random, like all the shit that happens to me is so fucking random.
Because for people who don't realize, I mean, Joe Rogan is the most successful podcaster ever. And for people who are watching this that aren't tapped in with the stand-up world, like he's like low-key the kingmaker. Like if he co-signs you as a comedian.
Oh, it's a big plug.
It's a huge plug. Man.
Yeah, it's like they compare it to like Johnny Carson, like back in the day.
Yeah.
Like if you got on Johnny Carson.
And now if you go do Joe Rogan's podcast, it's like, you could at least go on tour.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you're going to do good.
Yeah. So you guys became friends how?
So the Comedy Store has this, so they have like their paid regulars, right?
Yep.
And they have this program where like you work your way up into a paid regular called the development spots. And that's like the status I'm at there right now. And I was going to do like one of my development spots. So like they put a development spot like right at the top of the show. They just go up and do like 5-minute set, blah, blah, blah. And that's their spot for the week.
Right.
And I was doing one where Rogan was on the lineup. And and usually like when I was first doing them, I would just kind of just sit there quiet, just because all the big dogs are back there. And I kind of was just like chill in the corner, you know what I mean? And then he came on, he just started talking to me. He was like, what's up, man? I was like, oh, what's up, homie? And like we just started chopping it up. Then we started talking about, like, we got real deep. All of a sudden we started talking about like, he started talking about his dad. I started talking about like my, stepfather and the crazy shit we went through with them. We started talking about like, our anger problems. We got then we started talking about books and all this shit. And it was a really great conversation. And then as I'm leaving, because I just had got off stage, I went to go say bye to him. I was like, all right, Joe, pleasure, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, wait, what's your Instagram, man? I want to follow you, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, there it is, blah, blah, blah. I was already following him.
Right, of course.
But yeah, he started following me, and then, I remember we had talked about, he geeks out over my cheerleading.
Of course.
He thinks it's like the craziest thing.
Yeah.
He's just like a guy your size,
flipping,
doing
and
that,
throwing people around.
Yeah, he goes, it's insane. Like, and I, because I, a guy my size isn't supposed to be able to do the flips that, like I'm able to do. It's not. It's like it shouldn't be a thing. It's a lot of weight to like carry. Yeah, needless to say. And so he's just like, geeked out over that. And then he gave me his number. He's like, yo, come open for me tonight at the store. I got a spot for you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa. And I didn't know if he had like seen me perform yet or anything like that. But he kind of was just like, yeah, come, I'll throw you up. And ever since then, we just been cool.
Yeah, and then like, so you're on the King and the Sting podcast.
Yeah, with Brenden Schaub and Theo Von.
Right. So those two, did you just, because I feel like the Comedy Store is like where everybody kind of meets up. Is that how you met them as well? Or was
I met Theo and Brenden back in 2016, actually, in Arizona.
In Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Theo wasn't even like, they weren't even like where they're at right now.
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
Yeah. So
2016, like, shit, no.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, we were just, just from, I would hang out at the comedy, like the Tempe Improv or Stand Up Live all the time, just because like I was tight with all the staff there, and they would just let me come kick it. No problems. And and then I would just, those dudes would just come up and just start talking to me. Because like I said, I don't know what it is about me sitting in a corner by myself or something like that, but people just like, hey man, what you up to? Type deal, like, which is what happens a lot. And then sometimes it's usually through like a mutual friend. But, yeah, I met both of them, 2016, and all of a sudden, like.
Did you guys like stay in contact that whole time?
Yeah.
Or like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah, because they were like, yo, man, take my number down. Like, you're real cool, shit like that, blah, blah, blah. Like,
it's funny because I feel like Brenden Schaub is the kind of guy you wouldn't hang out with in high school.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. We say that shit all the time.
Like, bro, you guys would, you just roasted him the other day when he was talking about Nickelback.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
I remember
I was like,
that.
yo, this guy Schaub is not a music head whatsoever.
Bro.
And you're like, yeah, you would fucking listen to Nickelback.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
You would. That makes sense.
And he's so, yeah. And he tries to make fun of me about like,
He probably loves Drake too.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, he does. Because he got a picture with Drake.
Of course he does.
And then he was like, I was like, what's he like? He was like, man, I was so excited. But anyways, yeah. So he like, I like punk. Yeah. But he thinks like
Metallica's punk rock?
No, he thinks he thinks I'm a big Green Day fan. And I'm like,
that's not. Yeah.
I was like, that's not what I listen to. But he doesn't know that.
Right, yeah. right.
He's like that. He's like that jock in high school that'll like make fun of you. They were like, oh, well, your mom, and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you're funny, bro.
Yeah, he's like, it's like
I know, bro. Because I think I watched the podcast. I watched the one with him and Brian Callen.
Yeah,
and he's definitely that guy though.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But he like literally hands down is one of the nicest people.
No, yeah, I'm a fan.
Generous, like, bro, like during the quarantine, I was like, I ain't had no gym membership.
Right,
bro. He bought me like these expensive ass jump ropes, which I didn't know jump ropes could get expensive.
Right, like I'll just go get some from Marshall's.
Yeah, right. But he brought me like these weighted ones. They got an app you got to download with it. Yeah, and then he gave me a kettlebell, all this shit. Like,
anytime I need fitness shit, I would just go to the middle of Ross or Marshall's. I got that little area. With
that random little area.
Like electronics and weights.
Is there Marshalls out here?
Yeah, at least in Burbank there was one. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it in Hollywood.
So he bought you some stuff.
Yeah, like he's just cool like that. He'll take me on the road with him too, and then like, them bringing me on as a permanent person on the King and the Sting has been like, like I don't know, like all of a sudden my following and all this shit, people just like fuck with me heavy, and like I didn't realize. Like what's so funny is I used to get made fun of a lot about like the music I would listen to, like being the black kid that listens to it. And literally now, like a lot of the DMs I get is people asking me about music or want to talk music with me. It's like insane. Like so many people follow me because they see all the band T-shirts I wear on the podcast, and like that's just me being me. But like,
Hey, real random tangent. Who's worse, Nickelback or Creed?
Oh, Nickelback.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go with Creed on that one.
You take Creed over Nickelback?
Yeah.
I feel like I always say that that's the music that white women dance to at white strip clubs in the middle of America.
Oh, yeah, they do.
With arms wide open. Working a pole to that shit.
Working a pole.
To Creed. The fuck is going on?
Getting down with the get down.
Crazy. No, so yeah, like to give anybody like kind of give people some background, because for the people who don't understand how there's this black dude who cheerleaded and fucking loves punk rock music. How did you grow up? Because your brother was kind of a gangster low key at school.
Yeah.
Your brother was like, he was a Goonie on the
very,
football team.
We was like my brother and I were like, when it came to like that stuff, polar opposite.
Right. Like how did you get into all that? Like, obviously that was before the internet. Right now I feel like people can get into any kind of music they want because it's so much easier to.
Yeah. Oh, back in the day, it wasn't even like that, dude. I like, literally, I got into all that stuff, because my mom, she loves music, and like our home was so hectic and shit, because of my stepfather, crazy. We like she like that was the time I saw her at her happiest, was when she was listening to music, and she was playing like during that time, like my earliest memories is like Bobby Brown and like fucking Brian McKnight, like all the H-Town, like Jodeci, like she was really into like a lot of that stuff, and she was always, whenever she was like cleaning up or anything, like that was what she got down with, and so I started getting into it, and then obviously growing up like in Arizona, more I feel like more like obviously West Coast hip hop was touching Arizona. So like, Snoop's first album was like one of my favorites.
Doggy Style, man. I just told this guy.
I think he just had an anniversary for it.
Oh
no?
yeah, it's a classic. That's one of my favorite albums ever.
Yeah, great album. And
better than Reasonable Doubt by a hair.
Whoa.
Anyway, keep going.
You say that in public?
By a hair. Doggy Style? Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. I just know Jay-Z fans get crazy.
Yeah, but I'm a Jay-Z fan.
I know, yeah. But and then I just, switched the radio station. I heard some rock and I was like, damn, this shit's tight too.
The Edge.
Oh shit.
It was the only station playing punk rock back then.
Oh man, that's so crazy. Yeah, the Edge.
103.9.
Yeah, 103.9.
Yeah. So because you were like into some like real hardcore shit though.
Yeah, then I got into like all that, like the stuff that wasn't on the radio.
Because none of that shit's on the radio.
Yeah, because when I take a dive in music, I take a deep dive. And I go like as far as I can. Like, I need to know it all.
Right.
Like that's just how I am. And that's because like I'm a big Henry Rollins geek. And he is like that.
Now, cheerleading, that started in high school or did that start in middle school?
No, that started in high school.
So that started at Westwood.
Yeah.
And so like what was it to get pussy? Was it?
Yeah, I did it because I liked the girl.
Yeah, like I'm gonna hang out with these chicks.
But I didn't get her.
Oh, you did it for a particular girl?
Yeah.
Which girl?
You know her.
Who?
You might have known her.
Who?
Marissa Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
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 Because I played in a band with her brother. We were trying to do like a ska band, right? And didn't succeed. But that ended up breaking up. But I still jammed out with him.
What was the name of the band?
What the hell was that name? We didn't even play shows. This was before Westwood, though.
Before Westwood. Okay.
Yeah. Damn, that fucking drew my mind. But anyways, so I still jammed out with him,
right?
Because
you're trying to smash his sister.
I don't know if I was trying to, bro. I'm a lover.
You were trying to like take her on a date, show her a good time.
Yeah, bro. I'm the kind of
Applebee's 2 for $20.
Like, I'm the kind of guy like I wasn't trying to like smash.
Right, you were trying to take her to Burrito Express.
I wanted to fall in love.
Yeah.
Bro, I was writing poems. Like
Shit.
I was writing.
Damn.
Like I went in, dude.
So that's how you got into cheerleading.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then you ended up.
But I already knew how to do flips and shit. I taught myself that when I was like, I think it was like 5 when I taught myself how to do that shit.
Yeah, the Westwood High School games, the Hot Pocket. Remember the Hot Pocket?
What was that? The
area where everybody was just crazy in the crowd.
Yeah.
The Hot Pocket. Yep. Yeah, there was like the professional like fans.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be like, why don't you just play football?
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't cheer.
Like I had my boy like Dudley Hunter. Shout out to Dudley. But I remember he used to just paint himself every game and like bro, you're in shape. Like go play football. What the fuck? Just be
motherfuckers in shape.
Being an orange guy every fucking Saturday. What's wrong with you? Yeah, that shit's crazy. Like now, obviously with stand up, man, like the natural progression is to start acting. Well, now it's also podcasts, which you have your own podcast, right?
Yeah.
But like,
what's wild was something you said earlier that I thought like that is very accurate. As far as comedy goes, it's very comparable to hip hop. Like as far as like the, everybody wants to say they do that. I rap, and everybody wants to say I'm a comic. Like because you'll get cats that'll go up, and you're like, oh, you just doing this because you want to say that you're a comic. You're not even like trying to do anything with it. Which like honestly, this pandemic I think it's cleared a lot of those fools out.
They got to move back home.
Yeah. Because they probably realized their worth. They're like, oh, I need to reevaluate myself. Because
I need to make an actual living.
Yes. You know what I mean? Like, if it's not your dream or it's not something you're going for, then like.
So you're going for it all.
Yeah, man.
So, like, because I could see you totally acting.
I would love to.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to be in movies, bro.
I know. That's what they say.
It's going to be great. Even more so than a lot of those guys that are in like the little circle. Like, bro, you're young. You're got a unique look. Like, you'll be lit in a movie.
Those cats, like, that whole squad, they just do podcasts. They don't do.
Oh, they do the fuck out of podcasts.
Yeah, they do the fuck out of podcasts. They don't do any acting or anything. But I like, I don't know. I like performing. I like entertainment itself. I like. It's just one of obviously.
You're gonna be in a Judd Apatow movie. I can feel it, man.
I'll do that. What's up, Judd?
What's the other guy? There's Judd, and then there's another big comedy guy. I don't know.
That also
that directs comedy movies. Will Ferrell's the Judd Apatow guy, right?
I think Will does a lot with Judd Apatow.
And then the other guy is the guy who does like 40-Year-Old Virgin, and I don't know.
That was Judd Apatow. Oh, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen does a lot of.
I know Seth Rogen does a lot. Maybe they're the same guy.
I think a lot of it's Judd Apatow.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
Yeah, oh bro, he does a lot. He just did Pete Davidson's
King of Staten Island.
Yeah,
I saw that. It was interesting. It wasn't a bad movie.
Oh, I liked it.
I thought it was good. I thought it was. I just thought it was kind of like. It wasn't very funny. How about that? There were some funny parts in it.
Oh,
like the fact he had to take Bill Burr's kids to school was like.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
I'm like, yo, who the fuck is letting their fucking kid walk to school with some random ass motherfucker? The fuck is going? There's some
a guy that's trying to get with that person's mom.
The fuck? That's right, he did. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that like with the stand-up thing, like I think it's also like because of the podcasting shit, it's more on like it's easier to I feel like, 5 years ago, like if you were like a stand-up guy, you had to be like a real geek.
Yeah.
Now it's like you don't have to be there's just normal people who just like Joe Rogan and then they find these other podcasts and then people who never. I feel like the Comedy Store has become this. It's always been legendary, but I feel like there's been like a resurgence.
Oh yeah, definitely. They all talk about like how there was a point in time where it was just like no one went there.
Yeah, because I remember
it happened with the like it took a downfall. Like honestly, when like I think when like the Mesa Rogan thing happened.
Because I feel like
because Rogan got banned.
It was like a toss up between the Comedy Store and the Laugh Factory when
Yeah.
I first moved out here, and then I was like, oh no, there's a difference.
You ever been to Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory?
I haven't. Fire?
Oh, man. That's one of the most fire shows.
Let me ask you this: Gary Owen is a white guy
Bruh,
who does black comedy, right? So like when you go to a Gary Owen show, he could do Chocolate Sundays, he could do all that shit, right?
Yes.
You're a black guy who doesn't necessarily do quote unquote black comedy.
Yeah, I just talk about me.
You just talk about you and your experience, right? But like, have you done like a black comedy night?
Yeah.
And do they fuck with you?
Yeah. The first time I did it, man, I bombed so hard.
Because I can only imagine, like, it's just different. It's like
it is.
Gary Owen's not gonna go and like pull up and do a show with Jim Gaffigan. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, Gary Owen has the blackest audience than like some like,
and he's fucking hilarious.
But
yeah, you're right. Like,
yeah, some of the like he probably has out of like most of
even
like
the
a lot
movies
of comics,
he does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has his audience is black.
Period.
You're not gonna see like a white person in there or any other like it's black.
I've been to a couple of Gary Owen shows.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, well, you see Bootleg there. But no, yeah, the first time I did like an all-black room, I bombed hard as fuck. I was doing a weekend, and the club runner back home in Arizona for the clubs I was doing, this dude, Casey Courier, he was like, he was like building me up. And he goes, I seen what you can do in this room. What can you do in this room? And I went up there and I was like, man, let's do this. Bro, I fucking tanked. They did like I got 3 laughs at the start, the middle, and the end. Other than that, and it was the longest 12 minutes of my life. And I was waiting for the light. And then but then the headliner that I was open for,
who was it?
Rodney Perry.
Okay. Yeah.
Shout out to Rodney Perry. He was like, hey man, he goes, I'm glad you stayed you. He goes, that's good. But you're not clearing something up immediately up top. He was like, you gotta address that. You can't just like start telling jokes. He goes, because the thing about black people, like performing for black people, he goes, they got questions about you as soon as you walk on stage. And he goes, and then he was like, you completely missed that. You got to say those things.
Clear it up off the rip.
He's like, you got to clear it up. And he goes, and then you can say whatever you want after that because they already know you. He goes, but they don't know you right now, and they got questions. They're looking at you like,
Who's this motherfucker?
Yeah, they were like, something different about him.
Yeah.
They know it. He goes, they can send, he goes, as soon as you grab the microphone, they know. As soon as you grab the microphone, you don't even have to talk yet. They just know. He goes, you got to say it. He goes, so do all that like up top. And then I remember I went home and I changed up like my whole set. And then, bro, when I tell you I did it, I fucking did it.
Came back,
it was,
knocked out the park.
Oh man, yeah, it was like one of like the like greatest moments in my comedy career, because it was like, fuck yeah, like I saw what he meant. And then they had this show at the store, fucking what the hell is it called? It's on Thursday nights. Damn it, they're gonna punch me in the face for not knowing this one, but it's an all black room, and sometimes I would get my development spots on that room, and I already knew like boom, 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 and like the lady that runs it, Michelle, she fucking loves me and always gave me like more time and stuff like that, because usually comics bomb that room, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of it's like, you know,
yeah, man.
Dude, black people are the best people, the best audience to ever perform for.
I can imagine.
Because here's the thing, they ain't gonna write a blog about your joke.
They're not gonna try to cancel you?
They ain't gonna try to cancel you. Bro, if you ain't funny, they're just gonna say it on site.
Not on Twitter.
Not on Twitter. They're gonna tell you right there.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
You're never gonna think about it again.
Yeah,
white people be like, oh God, this Shapel.
One of the coolest moments, I know, right?
Jesus.
F. Gary Gray was in the crowd, bro, and I had him dying. I was like, yes.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. This cancel culture shit is wild, bro.
Oh, bro, it's you know, I think about it a lot, you know, because I just try to understand so much, because I want to understand a lot of perspectives. I want to try to like understand, and if you know, a lot of times, yeah, I don't click with it, and I think the reason why I don't click with it, because like I think my stepfather was abusive. He was abusive as fuck. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I don't want to go after him. You know, I don't want to go like, because like I think about like when I went through, I've had 3 different anger management teachers, and
oh shit, you got some real anger.
Yeah, it's real.
I went to anger management for about 8 weeks
because
I punched a window.
Oh damn!
And then I had to go. I went to court, and then I had to go to anger management off country club and university.
Oh, see, mine was through like the.
I remember where that task is, where everybody would have to go piss. Yeah, that's where I had to go.
I had to go through the schools I went to.
Okay.
They sent me.
So what were you saying? So you were sorry. Back to what you were saying.
Oh, but yeah, like okay. So my anger management teacher, they didn't teach me to go after people. They taught me to go after myself. So like that's why I don't connect with trying to cancel someone like that. I don't want to like, you know, I don't blame my biological father for not being around those years.
Right.
Like I don't blame my mom for like when she stayed with my stepdad, because it's like, I don't know. I'd rather you know, I don't know. I'd rather make my life cool on my own than
right. Because then you're relying on other people's choices for your happiness.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
like
saying?
That's not gonna be like yeah. Say my stepfather, you know, like yeah, I went.
You're
after
giving people a lot of power.
Yeah,
over your life.
Yeah, exactly. Like say yeah, I went after him. You know, he ends up going to prison for the shit. Blah blah blah.
How does that make you better 10 years after that?
Dude, yeah. It does. It literally does nothing for me. Like I didn't do anything for me. I did it because I don't like him. But it's like what so?
Right.
You know that like I said, I try to understand everything. You know, I try to be completely honest with everything about me.
I think that there's a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, man, there's definitely people who do shit.
Yeah, 100%.
And you're like, okay, well, you're a piece of shit, and I mean, you get aired out all day. Like there's a lot of that, you know, that I'm like, yeah, I agree with. But then there's just certain shit where it's like, like wait, like you can never make a mistake.
Yeah, like that. Like I was like the one I think about like a lot is like that Kevin Hart situation. Like
crazy. Like he had old insensitive tweets, but like back then, like, dude, if like you know, and obviously nobody likes to slur gay people, love gay people.
Mm-hmm.
But like Eminem couldn't put albums out anymore
Oh yeah.
if like we went back and like held people to the same standards we hold them today.
Well, it's just like, well, the thing is, like, how come no one looked post that tweet? Like after that tweet, like, why didn't anyone like look at his life in the way he is after that?
Right, like, oh yeah,
like why did they define him off that?
Of something?
Because if you looked at it, you go, oh, he hasn't done. That was the last time he did something like that.
What year
like
was
the
that?
person could have put the person what the person could have done has been like, oh man, Kevin Hart used to talk like this and he doesn't anymore. Man, he's moved, like
he grew.
He grew.
That's so awesome. People can grow. People can change.
But man, we like, you know, I think a lot of people are just because they can't go after someone else that I think that is a little bit more closer to them. So they try to. I think they just go after these people and try to make this like thing. Me, I'm unapologetic as fuck. Like
me too.
I mean, I don't have a fear of like not being liked or not being. You know, or people.
Yeah,
like,
I think too. What's great about like being in your position is like you have your own platform. You're also a comedian, so it's like you're so. I want my comedians to say offensive things.
Yeah, well, because like
yo, think about the Shapel special that came out with his trans bit and how it was really funny. Like it's not coming from a place of hatred, but he's a comedian. And he's supposed to make fun of people.
Yeah, that's
all people.
That's the thing about comedy. The reason why it's funny because we're saying shit differently. We're going to say it in a way that not everybody is thinking.
Yeah.
So we're always thinking of it in a different way. And every time a comedian writes a joke, no comedian is writing a joke to go, man, I want to fucking bash on these people. No comedian does that.
Nah, they're just trying to
They're writing a joke because, damn, that's funny. The intent is funny.
And then what's the one guy, what's his name? The guy who made the fucked up Kobe joke on Twitter when he died.
Oh, Ari Shaffir.
That guy's not funny. Like, hey, bro, like, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
But do I think he deserves to get canceled? No. Like, he lost money.
It was a horrible joke.
Horrible joke.
Horrible joke.
And even if it wasn't a joke, like he just
like he didn't even have to do that.
Read the room, buddy.
Yeah, read the room.
Read the fucking room. Sometimes you just gotta read the room.
Yeah.
Like,
but I agree with you. Like
I don't fuck with that dude because of what he said. Because I'm like, yo, he's probably not that great of a guy. Plus, he fucking poisoned the Burt guy with some drugs.
Oh, Burt Kreischer.
Yeah, which was like, bro, what kind of guy does that? What the fuck? Gave him ecstasy or something without him knowing it?
Yeah, something like that.
So I'm like, all right, well, look, I'm just not gonna. I don't have to support the guy,
yeah,
but he should be able to still go get booked.
But and like, here's the thing, like people don't realize about comedians. Like, you got to think of comedians as like TV. You got a lot of channels.
Yeah, like you ain't gonna. I don't like. I'm not a big Friends guy.
Exactly.
I thought 2.5 Men was trash, but guess what? People like it. And that's
how
okay.
That's how you got to think of comedy. So like, I don't have like I don't like get weird. Like I've had like one lady, come up to me after a show because she was offended by a joke, and I was just like, okay.
You're at you should be offended. Like people
she wanted a battle, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah. There's no point in putting any energy there.
Yeah, because one, I know my intentions.
Yeah,
I know where I'm coming from
and you know
when
who
I write
you are.
something. I know who I am.
Yeah,
and I know what I'm saying. And first of all, you can't pick and choose throughout my set of what you thought was offensive or not.
There'd be no time to live if people did that with everything in their life.
Oh, bro. Like,
and there's people who do that.
Yeah, they do that. You know what they're going to do? I'll tell you what. Because I used to be just like, my anger, I used to just pop. You know what I mean? And it was just, a lot of it just because I was sensitive to like, I thought everybody needed to like, to my needs. But, you get exhausted.
Yeah.
After what? Because it doesn't really
because I used to be the same way where I would argue with people on Facebook, which is the worst shit.
Oh, bro, you one of those people?
I would see some shit, or somebody would try to say some slick shit, some local rapper or something, and I would just, like, yo, why am I giving energy to this shit?
Because I know it's so funny because like, no conversation is authentic over the internet.
Never.
Think about it. Like you didn't hit me up to do this podcast to go, hey, we're gonna do it over Twitter though.
Right.
You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. So It's like, when people like go back and like, I don't know, if someone tells me, hey, this happened, And then I go, how do you know? Like, how do you know that's true? And then they go, well, go look at Twitter. I'll slap them in the face because I hate that shit.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's just also people just get their information from these places, like, and that's and they hang their hat on it. I have like my mom will send me shit she sees on Facebook. I'll be like, Mom, get the fuck off Facebook. My mom was like, literally be like, yo, I don't know if the coronavirus is real, Kevin. I'd be like, Mom, stop going on Facebook. Stay away.
You know exactly where she was at.
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
you're like, oh, you're on Facebook again,
Mom? You saw it on Facebook? Mom, stay the fuck off of Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, most old people get shit off of Facebook.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like it's like their news source. No matter what side of the spectrum you're on politically,
hey, old people ruin Facebook. I'll tell you that much.
Facebook is fucked up. It's the worst out of all social platforms.
I deactivated it or whatever, blah, blah.
And then it's because it's also people who you like actually know in real life, and you're like, fuck, this guy is a real piece of shit. Damn, I knew this guy. Let me unfollow. Like, like I know this guy in real life. Twitter's like people you're never gonna meet. Twitter's a joke.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, okay, you're fam, where you at?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
people are real brave on Twitter.
Real brave.
You were cool with Chris Delia, right? I've heard him talk about you.
Yeah.
What's going on with this guy, man?
You know, I don't have that information.
Have you spoken with him since this shit popped off?
Man.
Because listen, I don't know what happened, but either way, the guy did just have a baby.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a girl and a baby, and you know, if this is the version of what happened is the version where he didn't do any of this stuff, then fuck, you gotta feel. I mean, shit, that sucks, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's a weird thing, you know. Like that's why, like, I'm not one of those people that like I don't jump into a group thing. I don't think correctly. I can't think in a group format. I have to step away from shit to like understand it from like myself, and then I go, well, what is this information?
Right.
What can I do with this information? And then it's like, oh, you know, then you kind of like, you know, dwindle it down, you know. Yeah, as far as that goes, you know, yeah, like that's why I had to get away from the social media world, because like as far as Twitter and like Facebook, because when you go on it, you just see like this shit, and this is supposed to be correct, and I'm like, bro, I read books. Like, why the fuck am I like looking at this shit for, you know, something correct? And you know, I was just like, listen, you know, I've never known him
to do any of that. Yeah,
do any of that.
You haven't had any communication with him since everything popped off?
Yeah, I reached out to him. Yeah, I did. You know, and I you know, it was weird because I hate the fact that like I was letting social media like define that if I should or not.
Right.
You know, whereas like, you know, and I had a long talk. I had a long talk with my girl about it. You know, and she was like, "This is the first dude you met in comedy." You know, like he, you know.
So he was the first guy you met in comedy?
He was the first guy I met in comedy.
What year was that?
That was 2011.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You met Chris Delia in 2011?
Mm-hmm. He wasn't even like anything.
This was before he was Justin Bieber's favorite comic.
Yeah. This is before that.
And so this is a guy who like, did he help? Did he kind of serve as a mentor at all to you, like in the comedy shit ever?
Yeah, he helped me out with some stuff, man. He, you know, he's let me open for him, you know, which is like, you know, he has some like
the craziest fans
and like dopest audience, you know, and yeah, man, so I reached out to him, and you know, my girl was like, you shouldn't feel guilty about that.
Yeah. I mean, you know
like,
him, and like you kind of I mean, look, you're his friend. You should give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing. She's like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, like you're not a judge. You're not a, you know, that's not your lane. But I was just like, you know, I reached out to him. I said, I'm probably the, you know, on the lowest part of the totem pole of people you want to hear from right now. But, you know, I just send positivity your way, man.
So, did you get tested for the coronavirus?
Coronavirus?
I ended up getting it.
I know, I saw that, bro.
Yeah, I got 2 negative tests back, so I'm good now.
There you
go.
I
did get it. I went out to Arizona and fucked off in Scottsdale. And
my roommate had got it.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I think she got it when she went. She's from Arizona as well.
Right? Yeah, Arizona's a goddamn breeding ground.
So weird.
It's not though.
What was your symptoms?
I couldn't smell.
You couldn't smell?
Yeah, I just had like
what about
a
your
cold.
taste?
No, I could taste. My wife couldn't taste.
But she could smell.
No, she couldn't do either.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was my roommate. She couldn't taste.
And
or
you didn't
smell.
catch it. You were because you were around Brenden Schaub a lot.
Yeah,
You didn't catch it then. So
bro, I didn't catch it. Another one of my homies had got it that I was exposed around. He had got it. Didn't get it. My roommate was around her. Obviously, it's my roommate.
Yeah.
Didn't get it, and then with Shop, didn't get it.
It's let me ask you this.
Black people don't get it. I'm just kidding.
No, because my boy B. Scales got it. It's shit.
No, I'm just kidding.
Fred the Godson died. Anyway.
Yeah.
It was just so crazy because I would always like watch Brenden Schaub talk about the mask thing.
Bruh, I even told him, I was like, bro, you was talking all that shit.
You were talking that shit.
I called him. I was like, bro, hey, you talking that shit, dog.
He slapped you upside the head, boy. Jesus.
And then he was like, I mean, he goes, here's the thing. Yeah, I'm fine. You know, he's
I'm good. I knew what I was signing up for.
But he was like, it's not worth it. He goes, because, he goes, I had to record, my podcast at a home. Like, I
got to step away from your family.
Yeah, he had to stay in his basement.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it, man.
Basement.
I mean, I understand the idea of like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it because if I get it, I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna still live my life. I don't think that's smart. It's a little selfish, but like I get it. Like, but yeah, even like I feel like Rogan kind of chilled out on his like, because he was on that wave too a little bit.
Well, probably because I would say maybe because he knew more people that were getting it.
Yeah, but like, even like I saw him, he was saying like, he did Houston.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, it wasn't worth it. It was not worth it. He's like, I thought I'd go out, like, it's just not worth it. Like, I get it. Like, you did the Phoenix shows that Brenden Schaub and Brian Callen did.
Yeah, and I didn't get it there.
Stand Up Live, right?
And that weekend we did those shows is when AZ spiked.
Yep.
But the way Stand Up Live had did it, so like I said, that club seats around like close to 600. Well, they only let 300 in,
so
but they used the whole room. So like everybody, so like if you like only people that were sitting by each other
came with each other.
So like otherwise like, and it was spread out like that. But the way they had the lights, it didn't like we couldn't tell on the stage like that it looked like that. Because it was like the crowd was like like not lit. So we couldn't tell, but it seemed like a full room, but it's just everybody was at a distance.
Have you? I mean, I think it's inevitable you're gonna end up going on the Joe Rogan podcast, but has that ever been tossed around officially?
Oh yeah, we've talked about it. Yeah, it'll happen when it happens.
And then it's over.
It'll happen
and then it's a wrap.
And I'm like, Bootleg who? I'm just kidding.
Who the fuck? Bootleg? What's a Westwood?
What's a West? I am not from Mesa.
What?
I'm from Beverly Hills.
Beverly? I'm from West Hollywood.
I'm from West Hollywood.
Extra wheatgrass. Pour on the wheatgrass.
Yeah, I go to Creation every morning.
Yeah, shout out to. I did a juice cleanse. That shit sucked.
You did that?
5 days?
How'd you feel? You didn't feel like you were hungry?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
Like by I'd say by like the third.
I thought they said it doesn't make you.
By the second or third day, I was like used to it, so it was cool. But those first like 48 hours. But I also didn't. Everyone's like, man, you feel so good. I didn't. I was like, man, I'm shitting like a crazy person. Like on the toilet, got all pissing out of my ass. Like I'm good. Fuck. I mean, shout out to Creation, but yeah, fuck the juice cleanse. I'm straight.
Oh, fuck that.
Okay, I know you're a big Oasis fan.
Big Oasis fan.
If you could have dinner with either Henry Rollins, is it Noah Gallagher? Did I get his name right?
No.
Noah Gallagher. Who would it be?
I've performed with Henry and like had a good conversation with him.
So you've already talked to him, so it's
Noah Gallagher.
That's fair.
Yeah.
They're such polar opposites musically.
Oh, very polar. That's the funny thing about it. People were like, how are you? I'm like, okay, what people don't realize about Oasis is that Oasis has a very punk attitude.
Right.
And that's why, that's what caught my attention with him. And outside of Wonderwall and Champagne Supernova, most people don't realize they have like some kind of like
harder shit.
Harder shit.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, I had the album. What's the story? Morning Glory. Yeah.
Great album.
Yeah, great album. Yeah,
you had that album?
Of course.
Look at you.
Yeah, that shit. I mean, when I grew up, my cousin who was in and out of prison put me on to that shit, like Suicidal Tendencies, Sublime.
Okay. Yeah.
All that kind of shit. But yeah, Oasis was one of those bands.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
White CD, right?
Yeah.
CD's white. Yeah. I had it in my CD book. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Of course. Hey, what's the one band? It's funny because I always there's certain music I hear whenever it pops up in my life, I'll be like, yo, this is Westwood. What's like that like a band that like you think like this was like the band in high school?
Oh, the band. Oh.
It's for me. It's always Authority Zero.
Oh, bruh. Damn.
Or Bionic Jive. There was
dude. Wow.
Doug Cooper gave me that CD.
Damn. Or there was also the Funk Junkies.
The Funk Junkies. Nah, but the Funk Junkies were never popping like
they weren't popping.
The kids in high school were bumping Authority Zero.
Yeah, they were bumping Authority Zero. But I listened to Authority Zero, but that wasn't like my.
That wasn't your bag of yeah.
I'd say probably Black Flag. That was my like anytime it comes on, like I know exactly
where I was,
how I was, my whole existence.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
It is.
So did you start to get into that hardcore shit in high school or before that? You said because you said you were in a band before that, right?
Yeah, I got into hardcore stuff in junior high.
Pal Patriots, baby.
Yeah, when I was like 13.
Yo, we grew up around a lot of Mormons.
A lot.
Lots of Mormons.
Lots of them.
And I think that Trump being president has shown me that there are much worse conservative people in the world than Mormons. Because when I moved from
Mormons are tight.
They're tight. Because listen, let me tell you something. When I moved from Sunny Slope to Mesa, I was like 13. Okay. I was like 13, and
you was in Sunny Slope first?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
So I grew up. My cousin who went to Poston in Mountain View.
Yeah.
He scared me about Mormon people.
Oh.
He was like, "Yo, they got cameras in every house in Mesa." He just made up all this wild shit. I was like, damn, man, the Mormons are the ops, bro.
Yeah.
Shit. And then I ended up going to school with them. And like a lot of the homies in school were all Mormon. They were like the nicest people.
That's what I'm saying. Like Westwood carried a lot of Mormons.
Yeah, and they were super nice.
I'm like a good amount of the white kids that went to Westwood
were Mormon.
Probably Mormon.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were cool as fuck.
Yeah, I think Mormons are tight, bro. I got a lot of Mormons. I mean, yeah, we got a lot of Mormons.
And then I just remember being in high school, like, you like grow up in Mesa. There's like a big ass Mormon temple on Main Street.
Yeah, right up on Main Street.
And like, I would just always like, I'd be like, nah, there's no way they think that this is real. And then I'd research it. I'd be like, oh shit.
They think it's real.
Dang. And then you would like have your Mormon homies who were kind of woke. You'd be like, hey, you really don't like the underwear thing? Like, I've seen you drink soda before, bro. Like, come on.
That underwear thing is real though, bro. They roll like that.
Crazy. It's if you act.
They cool.
No, they're super cool, but goddamn.
I don't know if I can roll with that underwear.
Well, they also weren't fucking with black people until like 1970s.
Yeah, they weren't fucking with black people.
I think in the Book of Mormon, black people were called Nephites.
That's tight.
And yeah, and they weren't allowed in the church.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nephites.
Something like that. You might want to look that up.
Knees fight. I like that.
Yeah. Shout out to the Mormons though. Choose the right.
Choose the right.
CTR.
They got the
CTR rings.
Yep.
And shout out to fucking
Temple Lights.
Steve Young's a Mormon. You know what I mean? Shout out to the 49ers.
Steve Young's Mormon?
Yeah, man. He went to BYU.
Oh shit. I didn't know that.
You know what's crazy? Is a lot of the Mormon kids in school though, you could tell that they're like grew up in like these super weird conservative, because it'd be like the kids who would like go to like and do heroin and or like sniff pills.
Oh, bruh. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Mormons, like
or the Mormon, like there was like those like 2 or 3 Mormon chicks that were like blowing dudes at parties,
bruh,
because they were acting out.
I knew some that were either like
to the T,
to the fucking,
or just like oh, you're Mormon, damn, I've seen you do some shit,
and then other ones that are just like
Because there was like an era in our school where, do you remember when kids were going to Rocky Point and getting somas, and everybody at Westwood was
somas,
fucking on somas.
Dude, I was having a conversation with someone the other day. They didn't know what somas were. I'm like, bro, that's like the OG muscle relaxer right there.
Bro, motherfuckers in school.
That's the OG muscle relaxer.
Bro, I remember I went to EVIT, and there was this kid named Rusty Creed. Do you remember Rusty?
Yeah, redhead.
Yeah, the redheaded kid, man.
Uh-huh.
And I used to sometimes I'd ride from EVIT back to Westwood with him because we both went to EVIT. And this fool used to sniff so much somas.
Really?
Like a crazy person. I was like, dog, I never got into drugs in my life. I mean, I've only smoked weed. I've never even taken a pain pill.
Damn, really?
Yeah, I don't fuck with it.
I mean, because
my whole family's, I grew up around a bunch of drug addicts. So
yeah.
I'm out.
So you like weed is chill.
Yeah, weed, alcohol.
Why do people make weed such a big deal?
I don't think it is anymore.
Oh, it's not? Oh, okay.
Like a big deal how? Like it's,
I know, I'm sitting here like, why do they make weed such a big deal?
Well, I mean, you can.
I'm so out of the
Well, you're in LA now. You just go to a store.
I didn't even
go to the store and just buy something.
Man, we don't walk up to the down the street.
I almost feel like if you don't smoke weed now, it's almost weird. Like, wait, you don't like ever? Like, no, never once. Like, wait, what?
Bro, you know what would get me? And they said they changed them up. Edibles. Edibles would knock like I would puke every time. But they said, but I heard they changed up the.
Well, now it's limited. I had gone to the worst night of my life. I ate a whole cake pop and I was only supposed to eat a quarter of it. I went to a Yellow Wolf concert at Club Red.
What year was that? 2014?
Yep. Yeah. Yellow Wolf and Ritz. And I went to that show and I was sitting on the tour bus in the back and I was like, man, I don't even feel this shit. I'm good. Went inside to watch my homie Ritz perform. And all of a sudden, I couldn't move.
Bruh.
Have you ever had the experience where you're so high on an edible in a crowded room and you can hear every conversation if you wanted to? Like I could hone into somebody in the middle of a concert and hear their entire conversation on the other side of the venue, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Dude, couldn't move my legs.
No. Bruh, I feel you.
And I'm like leaning on my boy like, fam, I can't walk. He's like, what you mean you're standing? I'm like, no, but I can't move my legs.
I can't move my legs, homie.
And then I started to hallucinate low key.
Yeah. Bro, that like.
Yeah, dude. I saw Garfield the cat on stage with slot machine eyeballs.
Did you?
Yeah.
Bro, you really do see some shit, especially if you close your eyes on the edible. Like all of a sudden, like my world is like.
I could hone in on people's conversation. It was like I had a superpower, like a hearing superpower. And then all the craziest shit that could happen to somebody while they're in that state of mind happened that night in front of my face. Because you'll go to like a concert in Arizona and there's like those wild ass native dudes.
Oh, bro, they go hard in the paint.
So this guy fucks up a security guard right in front of me. I'm like sitting on the side of the stage at the old Club Red. And I'm on the
one
couch.
That was on the 101?
On University in the 101.
Yeah.
And I'm on the couch, and this guy, they're just fighting in front of me, and I didn't think it was real.
Damn.
Dude. And then I was like, I went outside and sat down, and the guy was outside. He was a native dude. And then I started talking to him, and I said some wild, ill shit to him probably.
Yeah.
And he wanted to beat me up, but I didn't think he was real. And I thought I couldn't believe like what was going on. I was like, this is really happening right now? Or is it the drugs? No. He's like, it's both. But yes, it's really happening. Shout out to the natives, man.
Hey, the natives go hard in the paint.
Yo, that's the one.
Bro, they're at every concert. Rap.
All of it.
Metal.
That was
whatever. Bro, they're at
that was the one
fucking
thing, like going to rock shows, because I would like love to get into mosh pits and shit and crowd surf.
Yeah.
When I was in like high school and junior high. But like the one thing I would do is when a skinhead jumped in or a big native dude jumped in the pit, I had to get out because them motherfuckers is out for blood.
They are.
They'll see my little white ass like, yo, I'm taking it all out on you.
They're going for it.
Man. But yeah, you're right. Like natives they're such music heads.
Such music heads.
Yeah, you'll see them at all kinds of shows, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely Tech 9 shows.
Yeah.
A lot of.
Yeah. When did I see Wu-Tang? I think it was like 08 at the Marquee.
Oh, yeah.
Saw Wu-Tang 08. Yeah.
I was there, yeah.
They were all up there. I got in a fight with one at a shove, homie.
Shout out to Wu-Tang.
Yeah, shout out to
What's
Wu-Tang.
the best non-rock concert you've been to?
Ah, shit. Damn, that's a tough one. Gosh. okay, I saw Kendrick before he even was anything.
Right.
I think he just had made Freshman.
So was it the Celebrity Theater, the BT?
No, I saw him at Clubhouse.
Oh,
up on Broadway.
Yep. That shit got shot up that night the Nipsey show happened. Yeah.
Yes, the night that I saw that show, and there's something I saw on stage in Kendrick, because it was my first time knowing about him.
Right.
And I was like, damn, this dude is like the deal. Like, it was just something about his energy on stage and the way he went off that was just so like, and he had Schoolboy with him, Ab Soul and all that stuff. Like, that show was dope. Snoop Dogg and the East Siders was that was like one of my
Snoop
favorites.
is like one of those guys who's just like, he don't got to do much on stage. He's Snoop, man.
Bruh. And he's gonna play the fucking songs.
You're like, shit, he can go all day.
Kanye West, Touch the Sky tour, 2005.
I went to
at the Dodge. It was when it was Dodge Theater.
Yep.
Yeah, I went to that one. That one was fire. I saw Jay-Z at I think that was the last rap concert I went to. Jay-Z
out here.
No, it was in fuck was the arena back home
where the Suns play.
Yeah,
Talking Stick.
Yeah, I saw Jay-Z. That concert was fire as fuck.
Yeah, the Kanye thing. I saw Kanye at Marquee with Dilated Peoples.
Oh, that was like way back.
Yeah, high school. Dilated Peoples
was
like,
so funny. Is I think I talked to you about that.
Probably, yeah.
You know, you were like, yeah, it's this dude Kanye West.
I was pushing the fuck out of my boys. My boy's brother had a rap group called Dilated Peoples, and they had a song with Kanye, and they were like big, and I used to tag their shit up on everything in high school. A little eyeball, and shout out to Dilated, man. So what's next for you, man? I know that you can't do stand-up right now, really.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
Are you like, is that how you're paying your bills right now?
What?
Doing stand-up. Because you got to pay your bills.
Yeah, I'm full time with stand-up.
So you're getting hit pretty hard then financially right now.
Not really.
Selling a little drugs?
No.
Guns, women.
Guns, yeah. And then podcast, yeah, making money off that.
So you're doing the podcast full time. How long have you been doing? How long have you only been doing content and comedy, where it's like the only job you have? Because that's got to feel good.
Never. We're like,
because right now you're full time.
Oh, how long have I been full time comedy?
Yeah,
I went full time in 2019,
and that had to feel good though, right?
Yeah, summer 2019, because I had got on some TV show for E Network, and then I had gotten to, I had gotten into Comedy Central Festival, and then I had gotten to one of the biggest comedy festivals in the world, Just for Laughs Montreal. And when I got those, I was just like, all right, man, I'm leaving this hotel job. And I just like
fire.
Yeah, I doubled down on myself. Because the way things was happening, and then all of a sudden, man, like once I had quit that job, it just started like,
wow,
hitting, and then that Just for Laughs like really put me on, because that's where I found my touring agents and stuff, and which are I'm with like a really, really good.
So you got an agent?
Yeah, I got a manager. And
you got to holler at my agent.
But no, you ain't got to ever.
Yeah, I got you. Get my agent. Got an agent.
You can hit me up direct, bro.
Yeah.
You got it. No, but yeah, like in that, ever since I got my agent, and they were like, before I even signed with them, they were like, "Yo, we got you this gig," and I saw the gig, and I was like, "I'll take that." Because I saw that paycheck, and I was like, "Yeah, all right, bet."
How often were you on the road prior to the COVID thing?
I was on the road a lot. I was just like going.
Because you're headlining too now.
Yeah,
like in different cities.
Yeah,
which has got to be
because that festival I did had put me on the map. But what's been wild is that through this COVID and being on, King and Sting with Brenden and Theo, that has like so
blown
when I
more.
Yeah.
Once this is over,
oh bro,
you get into the bag, and then you're gonna do Joe Rogan, and then you're gonna be at Celebrity Theater with the rotating stage.
Oh yeah, I'll do Celebrity Theater.
What is this? That's like the biggest comedy spot, right?
As far as like a comedy stage?
I mean, actually, Rogan did Dodge Theater, or what's it called now?
What is it called now?
Some other shit. But that's probably Comerica Theater. But that's probably the biggest. Like,
yeah, that's probably like the biggest.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart did it.
Who else
Delia did it?
Chris Delia did it?
Yeah, I saw.
Jesus, that
Dave did it. Dave doesn't do like arenas really.
Chappelle?
Yeah.
He did that thing with the Flight of Conchords. Do you remember that?
That
it was like a tour.
Oddball tour.
Yeah, and it was at the shit on the west side.
Auction
Pavilion.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Have you met Dave Chappelle yet?
I did. I met him. That's a wild story. So
because for us, that's our GOAT.
Yeah.
Chappelle show in high school?
Oh,
bruh.
Untouchable. So that was crazy. So I was going to like audition, like the talent director for the Comedy Store would have me come in like every so often and like kind of like audition to see like if he wanted to move me up to like the next step.
Right.
And one night I was going in there and I was just rolling up and I turned over to my left and I see Dave Chappelle and I was like, oh shit. And he just walked right up to me. He was like, what's up, man? And I was like, I'm a comedian and my first name is Chappelle. And he was like, hell yeah. He thought it was so cool, right? And he was like, you going up, man? I was like, yeah, going to be. And then the talent director had walked up, saw both of us. He goes, oh my God, Chappelle's. And I was like, that's cool. But then I was like, Dave, is it cool, like, if I get a picture with you, man? Like, I know
is that weird? Really
yeah, because he doesn't really do pictures. Or
no, I know.
Like
I know this.
Yeah. So I was like, can I get a picture with you? He was like, Chappelle, let's take a picture. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, I DJ'd the after party for that show in Phoenix.
Okay. The one that he did in 2015?
Yes. So
I went to that show.
So he actually rented out my boy's club.
Fuck, who's the DJ he rolls with?
Trauma. Yeah.
Trauma. That's who.
So my boy hits me, who owns Monarch in downtown Phoenix, and he's like, yo, you want to come and DJ for Dave Chappelle and his friends? And it was like a Monday night. It was an off night. It was random. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, him and what's the
Donnell.
And no, but it was also the guy who does all the roasts was there. He was a dick, Jeff Ross.
Oh, Jeff Ross.
That dude was a straight asshole.
Oh, he was?
A big piece of shit.
Oh.
I was like, bro, there's like 25 people here. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? You're funny. And he just looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, all right, well, go fuck yourself.
Sometimes you want to just throw hands with people.
Yeah, but it was crazy because Dave Chappelle, I was DJing, and I think he ended up hopping on, or he was just telling me to play shit. And he was cool as fuck, man. He took a picture.
Yeah.
This is when he was swole, though.
Oh, yeah, when he was swole.
He was jacked. And then he gave me his lighter.
Oh, damn.
I forget how, like, we were lit up a blunt or something. And then I went to give him his lighter back, and he's like, just keep it. And the lighter had his logo on it. And then
the C?
And the lighter said Chappelle's lighter. And I still got it.
Oh, you still got it?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Shit. Dave Chappelle gave me his lighter?
Yeah.
Bitch.
I know.
I still got it. And then he took a picture with me.
See, yeah.
But I felt so weird because, look, I'm the type of guy who I'll pass on the picture. But I'm like, man, this is Dave Chappelle. I don't know if I'm ever going to be around this guy again. And I don't give a fuck about rappers and musicians, but like Dave Chappelle, it'd be like if I met Larry David. Like, I don't care if Larry David hates my guts and I get on his nerves, wherever he's at. If I see him, he could be enjoying a meal with children. I'm going to be like, hey, dude, can we get a selfie?
See, I'm a musician. I geek out over musicians.
See, I don't give a fuck because I met them all. And I'm desensitized to all the shit. I mean, like, I asked you the concert question because I don't fucking all the answers to that for me are just when I was a kid, when I still cared. I've been to I've probably been to 1,000 concerts in my life.
Yeah,
at least 1,000.
I'm the same way. I've been to so many concerts that I can't remember who I've seen.
And then like now I'll go and I'll usually be backstage, and I'll be like, I just don't give a fuck to go watch. I'm like, yeah, bro, I've seen you 10 times. What am I going to see different this time?
Yeah.
You know, like it's very seldomly like where I'll see somebody for a new, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like Mac Miller was like that. Like Mac, every tour he'd elevate because he'd learn a new instrument.
Yeah. Dude, I know it's crazy because I've been traveling so much. And like, obviously if you flying in and out of LA, like you just see people. I've run into some people on my flights and I'm like, damn, like when I saw, who was on one of my fights? Schoolboy Q.
Groovy Q, baby.
Yeah,
That's my boy.
I was like, damn, there he is right there, bro.
He's the shit too.
And then
but if you're like a weirdo, he'll be like, yo, you a weird ass. Like, but he's the shit.
I had to say what's up to him. I was like, what's up, Q? And he was like, hey, what's up, man? Like he was cool. Very
he
cool.
plays a lot of golf.
And who I saw the baby on the flight. I didn't say what's up to him.
Baby's a good guy, man.
I was like, you know,
because
I've seen your videos.
I've seen what you do to people.
I've seen what you do to people.
Either that or a security guard.
I was like, bro, you say it in your songs you ain't friendly.
Bro, the baby killed somebody at Walmart.
I know.
Like, bruh. Like,
real deal. I'm like, bro, I'm cool.
He killed somebody came at him at Walmart and he smoked him.
Hey.
Shit.
I know.
Nobody can say shit about that guy ever.
Oh, no.
Like, bro, fam, I killed somebody.
No one can say shit about him or 50.
Or 50.
50's one of those people no one can say shit about.
There's someone else I'm not thinking of that's got to be. Oh, Fat Joe. Fat Joe probably has probably the single most notorious violence against other famous people rap sheet in hip hop history.
Really?
That people like, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's like Fat Joe. I mean, yeah. I remember when I first interviewed him, I was so excited because I was like, yo, Joe, like, you the real deal, fam. People don't know this because they be hearing What's Love with Ashanti and shit. But, like, Fat Joe was out here kidnapping DJs in the 90s.
Damn.
And fucking getting motherfuckers sliced up, bro. Like, other rap. Like, bro, like, Cuban Link, the guy who was in Terror Squad, who Fat Joe, or who Pun put on, they ended up having a beef. And Cuban Link, he got his whole face cut up. Like, his whole shit got fucked up.
Oh, shit.
Fat Joe ain't the one. Fat Joe is not the one. He beefed out with Roy Jones Jr. at a club.
He ain't got no fear.
Yeah, Fat Joe's one of them ones, man. Noriega too. Noriega shot Prodigy in his ass. From Mobb Deep, yeah. Nori shot him. Noriega was one of those guys too. But now you know Nori because he's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I watch his stuff.
Yeah,
like I'll see his
but
clips.
no, Noriega back in the day, man.
Yeah,
Noriega was
really.
Shit. There's I'm trying to think who else is like the scariest guys where I'm like,
Tekashi?
Yeah. No.
I'm just kidding.
Nah. You know what's funny? Like, I definitely think his music is horrible. And but the guy's mastered this internet, man. He's funny.
Oh.
But I cannot, like, I'll never endorse him as an artist.
Ever.
Because he's, like, what he stands for is, like, goes against what I came up with. And, like, you know, I've been around in the street world a lot of my life with a lot of my people. And I can't, but goddamn, if he has not mastered the age we're in, the trolling and the internet, like, bro, this guy gets under people's skin.
Which is so weird.
It's so weird. Like he's under Meek Mill's skin, something crazy. And Meek Mill shouldn't even acknowledge him.
Yeah.
And he's, oh, man.
It's so weird to watch, like, when people get upset about it. I'm like, y'all said it, but, like, you know, whatever. But yeah, he'll like,
yeah.
He dropped that video. I was like, this motherfucker's just like a TV series. I swear to God,
dude. I said this before he got out of jail. Like, I definitely didn't think he was gonna be like this. As far as I knew whatever his first look was gonna be big.
Yeah.
But whenever they make his like life movie about this whole trial and like all that, it's gonna be fire.
Damn.
Like, he was putting hits out on people.
I know, I was like, is he untouchable right now?
I mean, I think he's got Fed security. So I think, like, because he's technically in the witness protection program, but he gets out of it in August. In August. But they just said today that he hired 22 ex-cops as a security task force. So he's got 22. Imagine how much money that is. Imagine if you're paying $100,000 for each one of those guys a year, and that's on the low end. Because those guys know they're signing up for some bullshit. Like, so you want me to go protect a snitch? You have to pay me $200,000. He's gonna spend at least $5 to $10 million a year on security, which is crazy.
He makes that much money?
Yeah, off bro.
I don't know how the music world like.
So think about it like this: he got an advance. I think when he was in jail, he signed like a $25 million contract or something like that.
He did
when he was in jail.
So they knew.
Yeah. The guy named is Elliot Grange. He is the same guy who has Trippie Redd under his label. And So yeah, they bagged him out. And now you got to realize, like, the thing he fucked himself on was most rappers now make money off of shows because,
like touring.
Yeah, like touring is like
Okay.
probably the biggest source of revenue for artists now.
Okay.
Because your music don't sell like it used to.
Yeah.
But he off the rip fucked up being able to go on tour because he made enemies in every city. So if you notice, he never went on a 6ix9ine tour, and he never did Rolling Loud. They wouldn't book him because he was a big liability. Because my boys do Rolling Loud, like he never got put on those lineups, or he never did Hot 97 Summer Jam.
So that's why he was like come out and surprise.
Yeah, they'd have to sneak him in the venue.
Yeah.
And so like he never did any festivals. He never got his festival bag.
Yeah.
He never did a tour. He'd go and do festivals in Russia.
Wow.
So like he's got to be making, I mean, off of YouTube and his music shit, you would hope he's making, I don't know, dude, because it doesn't make like I can't even make it make sense. Because even if he took that 25 million, he's got to recoup that.
Yeah. So
I don't know I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I think the music is ass cheeks, to be honest.
His music?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I mean, yeah, like
there's worse music, for the record.
There's worse music.
There's worse hip hop that's popping.
Like, yeah, it's not something I take serious, but it is like
it's just not great. It's like, I mean, like, it's cute. Like, it's like TikTok music.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, okay. It's just like something catchy for the moment.
What do you think of like comedians who like are popping on social media, but not necessarily stand-up comedians?
Stay in their lane.
Because there's like guys like what, like Haha Davis.
I actually don't know those guys.
Oh, he's funny.
I don't know.
But you know what I'm talking about. There's guys who,
I don't know.
King Botch. I mean, so he's more of a YouTuber, but yeah.
So those guys, I've never seen their stand up, so I can't necessarily.
I don't think they do stand up.
Oh, they don't. I
hope not. I mean, I don't know.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you this.
Like, do you like frown on those guys?
No.
Social media comedian.
Hell no.
You get in front of. Why don't you get on a fucking stage?
No, not at all. Because
it's like a rapper say you can't even fucking freestyle. You know, we're fucking MC. Bro.
No, I think it's. I mean, they found it through that. You know, I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's incorrect. You know, like, because you got to think. You know, there's a lot of people that kind of want their dream is to like to have their own TV show or like be in movies.
For sure, man.
But somehow they found this way through the online world that they don't need a producer, these people or anything like that. So they just make these clips. They make these things, which are just entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I'm entertained by it. I mean, a lot of the Instagram guys are so funny to me. But yeah, I just always wonder, like, because they're technically comedians because they make people laugh for a living, but they're not comedians.
Yeah, they're not stand up.
Yeah, I feel like
stand up is. Here's the thing about stand up. Stand up is one of the hardest things to do because you literally. The only way you can know how to do it or know that you do it is by doing it. And
you can't practice.
There's no practicing with it. You the only way to do stand up
is to do it.
Is to do it in front of an audience.
Yeah, you got to fuck up in front of everybody.
You have to accept that. And that like the thing is like Instagram or like
you can edit your shit.
I'm not bragging on this dudes, but I'm saying that like you can edit, like you can do these things to it to make it this funny thing.
Stand up is no excuse.
You got no excuse. Like it's right there. Yeah. Like it's like right in your face. Like you're getting the judgment right there. That's like someone painting a picture and they have someone on their like behind them just like ooh or like that's tight, that's that, you know what I mean? Like that's what it's like.
That is what it is.
So
have you gotten approached to do any specials? Because Netflix is doing a lot of comedy specials.
No, not yet. I wouldn't do one right now.
You gotta wait it out. So
I'd rather
get your weight up a little.
Yeah, I'd rather people know who I am.
Like I want it to do well.
Yeah, I don't want people I don't want to drop.
Well, no, there's fucking some Netflix specials that'll pop up. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, there's some that'll like
I'll be like really confused. Like, how have I not heard of this guy? I'd like to think I'm.
That's just not the move I would want to make.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because like
Bill Burr didn't do a special until he was like. I think he said almost 15 or 20 years.
Bill Burr is one of my favorite comedians, man.
Yeah.
Salute to Bill Burr, man.
Salute to him.
Shout out to Breaking Bad, man. Bill fucking Burr. You know what's funny? My wife, I try to have her watch the stand-up, and she always says, because my wife's Mexican, she always says, oh, some white people shit. That shit ain't funny. But guess what? She loves F is for Family.
Oh, she does?
And so she's like 2 seasons in, and I'm like, hey, you know that comedian that you hate that I try to watch with you, Bill Burr? She's like, yeah. I was like, you want to watch him tonight? She's like, nah. I was like, let's watch like his last one. Like, come on. Nah, he's not fucking funny. Like, are you sure he's not funny?
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Well, you fucking he fucking is the creator of the show you love, and he's the voice of the main. And then I was like, listen to the dad on that show speak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the same guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
She's like, fuck, it is him.
You know what's?
I was like, he's funny.
You know what's so funny about Bill Burr? He got his strength, and a lot of comics say this. You got to do black rooms because black rooms will give you the most authentic reaction out of any other room, and they're just going to be completely honest. If you suck, and if you're good, like if you suck, like I said, they let you know on site. But like if you're good, they're gonna fucking.
You can
rock
make them
with you.
laugh.
They're gonna rock with you.
That's fair.
You know, and and I think that's like the best.
Bill Burr got into that, like where he was.
Oh yeah. That's like
he's fucking hilarious, man.
That's like where he like got like. I mean, yeah, it is a strength thing because like.
You know what's funny is like I never thought Chris Delia stand up was that funny.
I can see that.
And I like his podcast, like just him watching him talk about shit, like in front of his laptop. But I never thought his stand up was that funny. And like I kind of computed that to like, this is just some white comedy. Like I could understand my wife watching Chris Delia and being like, this isn't funny. Yeah, but I know like I could paint you a picture of the motherfucker. It'd be Justin Bieber. Honestly. Yeah. That's his favorite stand-up. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Just not for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and I like I said, I enjoy his. I mean, do you think I could cancel if I say I enjoy his podcast? It's over now. I don't know.
No.
But yeah, no, it's.
You say you think I can cancel?
I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
But yeah, no, it's funny because like you said, like I think there's certain people who are so funny. It doesn't matter who they're in front of.
Yeah. Bill Burr's universal.
And he's that guy.
He's that guy.
He's hysterical, universal, bro. Hysterical.
He's universal. When people
like if you can make a hood-ass crowd laugh, bruh, and then you can make a bunch of Trumpers laugh, you're a GOAT.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Which is crazy. Anyway, well, look, we're wrapping up the podcast.
Oh, hell yeah.
What is your social media?
Oh, I just do Instagram at Shapel Lacey.
Not Twitter?
I have it, but I don't. I feel
like, yeah, I feel you. And then your podcast is on YouTube.
Yeah, my podcast, It's Managed, which is where I talk about all my shit, all my craziness that goes up in my head, so I don't release it. Are you
gonna start doing any guests or anything?
No, it's just you and Brenden helped me. Yeah, Brenden helped me come up with the concept because I was like, I don't know if I want to do a podcast. He goes, why don't you just talk out your journal? He goes, you journal every day. Why don't you just talk about that shit in there? And I was like, oh, yeah. And then ever since I started doing it, I get like this response from people like that I didn't even think, because I don't have, like, I'm not pushing no agenda. I'm not doing anything.
Right.
Like, I'm just talking shit. But people just
fuck with it.
Yeah, and they say how much like it's opened their eyes to things and like helped them like change their lives and like
damn, that's crazy.
All that shit. And it's just me talking about like all my internal pain that I've like, deal with or have dealt with, and just, but like, I don't make it like just this somber, like, kind of thing. It's like, I make it like I talk about it in a fun way because, I ain't sad.
Well, you're also a comedian.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what, you don't know when you guys are going to be doing more King and Stings in person. I'm assuming Schaub.
Oh, yeah, he's good now.
He's good now.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We recorded the other day. Those get released every Thursday night at 9, whatever what is this, Pacific?
Pacific.
Yeah, Pacific time, whatever.
So check you out. You're on the King and Sting podcast.
Yeah.
It's managed. Shapel Lacey.
Yeah, this was great.
Not Shapel Harris.
I know, that's so funny, man.
Shapel Lacey.
I literally haven't heard anyone say that.
Doing
forever.
backflips.
Yeah. Check those out too.